Rebel Force Radio presents.
This is Billy Dee Williams, Lando Calrissian. It's time for the quote of the week.
Jimmy Mack, what do you got for us this week?
All right, Jason, as you know, last week we featured audio of Billy Dee performing poetry with musical accompaniment live at Wizard World Toronto. And we were wondering who wrote the poetry and what does Billy Dee have to do with it. So we have listeners everywhere, and one of them is Paul Groves, who's in Toronto. And he attended an event that weekend, the same weekend as Wizard World. It was at a place called the Liss Gallery in Toronto. And as you know, Billy Dee is a very active artist. He paints. He occasionally will have an exhibition of his artwork. And at this place, the Liss Gallery, Billy Dee was there. And at the gallery, he also performed some more of those poetry tracks with the music.
No way.
Now, here's where Paul's information comes in super handy, because now we know what the deal is with the poetry. Remember last week it was in the night, and it was with the funk music in the background.
Right.
Well, what Paul tells us is that it's one of 3 tracks. It makes up a CD by the gallery owner, Brian Liss, who writes poetry. So it's his words. Billy Dee's reading them. I don't know how the two of them got hooked up, apparently through the art world.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy, Brian Liss, is actually Billy Dee's distributor of his artwork in Canada. So, one thing led to another. They have this arrangement. They have this relationship, and then it turns into a collaboration. So Billy Dee recorded this dialogue written by Brian Liss, sent MP3s to Brian, and then Brian created the music around Billy Dee's performance. It's a CD called Liss Series Volume 1 by Brian Liss. You can find it at cdbaby.com/CD/Brian Liss. Liss is spelled Liss, like Kiss. And there are 3 tracks featuring Billy Dee. One is called Let It Out. Another one is called In the Night, which is what we heard perform live at Wizard World Toronto. And then the third one is called Insanity. And Paul, our listener Paul, he warns us. He says, insanity is pretty raunchy. Kiddies may want to cover their ears. And then Paul goes on to tell us that he got to shake Billy Dee's hand and talk to him. It was a great night. But he gives us that warning about insanity. And so naturally, I'm attracted to this track like a moth to a flame. And I download it, and it's not bad. You don't have to send the kids running out of the room. But it's that, it's the Billy Dee, the suave Billy Dee. Remember those videos he did for his website where he was sitting at the dinner table and he was just talking to the lady like...
Yeah, like the old Continental bit. Yeah.
Exactly. So this is kind of along those lines. Let's hear the entire poem, Insanity. It's about a minute long. I couldn't do it justice by just playing a little part of it. You have to hear the whole thing to appreciate the artwork and the passion of Billy Dee Williams.
Your voice is the steel that softly knows me. Your tone finds me in my lonely day. Your gaze knows its only focus. When it lands on mine, my pulse quickens. When I think of you, my thoughts turn to roses and moonlight. As they call to you, my breath is worthless. Its only value ensures I see you, touch you, taste you again and again. My lips ache to taste your sweat, your hips, your ears, your belly. I want to consume you, to bite you everywhere, to feel you, to hear you. Insane. I must be insane.
Wow.
Yeah. Billy Dee had another title for that. It was just called Tuesday. That's
and that's just part 1.
Wow.
All right, now I know that's heavy.
I want to bite your belly.
It's even more heavy. What I discovered, Jason, is that Billy Dee was not the only icon from the world of sci-fi to collaborate on that track. And if you isolate a certain part and listen very closely, you will hear another famous voice from the world of science fiction.
My lips ache to taste your sweat, your hips, your ears, your belly.
I can see your belly.
Were you able to hear that, Jason? I'm not sure.
You know, you don't. We'll play it one more time for those that might have missed it.
My lips ache to taste your sweat, your hips, your ears, your belly.
I can see your belly.
I want to consume you.
Patrick Stewart just shows up in the darndest places trying to steal Billy Dee's thunder there.
It's on fire.
I wish they would make a music video for that.
With the two of them. You know, they're like, they're in a room, candles everywhere. There's like this fine young woman stacked, and she's sitting on a sofa. And on one side she's got Billy Dee, on the other side she's got Captain Picard.
And of course, Billy Dee has to be wearing his cape from Empire Strikes Back, the poofy sleeved blousey shirt. Oh my gosh.